85-year-old man saves young women's lives. An elderly man from Texas is being hailed a hero after he rescued 2 women from the wreckage of a burning vehicle. 85-year-old Lindell Marbut was minding his own business at home on Sunday when a speeding car crashed into his driveway and burst into flames. When Lindell's caretaker ran next door to call 911, the senior citizen searched for the hero inside himself, then went into full-on Superman mode. Lindell usually relies on a cane to get around, but that didn't stop him from single-handedly pulling the 22-year-old driver out of the car. The valiant senior then dragged a female passenger from the fiery death trap and got her safely out of harm's way. Responding firefighters said things could have turned out a whole lot toastier for the 2 women if it wasn't for Lindell's heroic actions. According to authorities, speed was a factor in the crash. Both women sustained internal injuries, but are expected to survive. Meanwhile, Lindell played down his courageous good deed and said he'd do it all again if he had to. Here's 4 more acts of heroism to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Boy saves baby brother who fell from a changing table. A quick-thinking 9-year-old is crediting divine intervention after he dove just in time to catch his baby brother, who had fallen from a changing table. What is being hailed as a miracle occurred last month when the kid's mom, Tyla Levy, left her 11-month-old baby unattended on a changing table to get her other 5 children ready for bed. The baby rolled over, his left foot dangling off the edge of the table. Moments later, a home surveillance camera captured this footage. That's when 9-year-old Joseph sprang into action. The nearly 30-pound baby fell nearly 4 feet. Joseph, who says he normally can't even carry his brother, believes he had help from God. He says he felt something came and just pushed me forward. With that push, Joseph was able to catch the baby, and just at the right time. Joseph's mom hopes the incident will serve as a reminder to all parents out there, because it could happen to anyone. As for Joseph, he says, "Miracles can happen always, but since this time it was me, I'm really thankful."
Burning car triggers a human chain reaction. That joyful screaming you hear is the sound of a delighted crowd that just witnessed a driver being rescued from a burning vehicle. The driver crashed his SUV and went hurtling over a cliff in Palm Beach, Florida on Sunday. The man was suspended by a seatbelt and trapped upside down in the burning vehicle, with his life hanging in the balance. Hero bystanders sprung into action to save the driver, with one man bounding down the cliff to release him. Police arrived on the scene quickly and joined the passerby to form a human chain, dragging the man to safety. But instead of saying thanks, the guys struggled with the cops, seemingly unaware of how close he came to death. It took a huge team effort to save the man, but special mention must go to this Good Samaritan behind the camera, who summoned a higher power to the rescue effort.
Left pocket.
You will live. You will not die. You will live. In Jesus' name.
The lady was such a great help that she didn't even need to lift a finger. Nope, she just asked JC to intervene, and what do you know? The driver was taken to the hospital for medical treatment, but his condition was unknown. According to police, some of the officers and bystanders who took part in the rescue mission picked up a few bumps and scrapes, but nothing major. It's unknown whether the driver was under the influence of drugs or alcohol or what caused the accident. Heroic duo use sledgehammer to save baby trapped in a hot car. A 4-month-old baby girl is lucky to be alive this week after she was left alone inside a hot car in Howell, New Jersey. The unnamed child was inside the car for 40 minutes while the temperature outside was in the high 80s. Around the same time, ex-cop Steve Eckel and Sarah Mazzone happened to pass by the vehicle separately in the Kohl's parking lot when they heard the child crying. They both struggled desperately to open the doors on the car, but to no avail. That's when Eckel remembered there was a sledgehammer in his car, so he went to get it. The 53-year-old hammered the window several times before it fell to pieces. Except the baby's mama, Karen Gruen, who was charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Eckel and Mazzone made sure the kid was all right, and thankfully everyone got a happy ending. Never too old to do a good deed. An 84-year-old man put himself in harm's way trying to nab a bad guy. And although not too successful, he definitely wins on bravery points. A young boy had been attempting to rob a jewelry store at a mall in Chile, but ran off once the clerk shouted for help. Raul Muñez was meters away when he heard the screams and instinctively sprang into action. He stuck his leg out to try to trip the thief, but ended up crashing to the floor instead. The thief continued running, but was soon apprehended by a mall employee. Muñoz was barely conscious following his heroic deed after taking a nasty bump to the head that required a trip to the hospital. Muñoz's bravery won him admiration from all corners of the internet, but not so much from his wife. She was not impressed, and was so upset she reportedly ignored him for 4 hours, which might have actually been a reward, come to think of it.